Hey all, welcome back to P.H.S Vlogs. My name is Mason. Today we're going to be going over your Week 1 stats in the GMC. Week 1 started Thursday, the 20th, with Antwerp and Montpelier. The final score of that game was 21 Montpelier, 14 Antwerp. Antwerp is now 0-1. They were away. So, on Friday, we started with Ayersville, who was at their home field. They played Delta. Their final score was 47 Delta, 0 Ayersville. All of these games that I'm mentioning are non-conference games. I'll talk about that a little later. The next game on Friday was Edgerton. Edgerton was away. They played Eden, who was home. The final score of that game was 40-7 with Eden winning. Our next game was Fairview versus Wauseon. Fairview was home at their Apache field. The final score of that game was 56 Fairview, 26 Wauseon, with Fairview being 1-0 now. Our next game takes us to Hicksville, Ohio, where Hicksville played Hilltop. The final score of that game was 12 Hilltop and 7 Hicksville. We then head to Convoy, Ohio for the Paulding versus Crestview game. Paulding is now 1-0, and the final score of that game was 18 Paulding and 6 Crestview. We then head to Liberty Center, where Tenora played versus them. The final score of that game was 61 Liberty Center, 0 Tenora. We then head to New Bremen, Ohio, where Wayne Trace played New Bremen. The final score of that game was 35 New Bremen, 0 Wayne Trace. So, how I said, all these are non-conference games. That gives us some struggles all for the GMC teams to win. Like, for example, Tenora and Liberty Center. Liberty Center was your state champs last year. And they're just in a stronger conference than we are. We're not as strong as Liberty Center. Liberty Center plays some difficult teams, and that's what led them to their state champs last year. So it's just conference difficulties and being able to circum that and be able to practice so we can beat past that. Next thing to talk about is penalties. I know Paulding versus Crestview, it was penalty here, penalty there. It was penalty after penalty for the first 2 quarters until Paulding kind of started easing back into it and scoring touchdowns and getting pickoffs. Sacks and O-line not being able to protect QBs fully. I know that was a big thing for Paulding as well. Where the first few, it was just sacks and turnovers. So that's something that teams in this conference have to work on, is protecting their QB and allowing the offense to move past that. And I know another thing is play difficulties. Working through your plays and making sure you're accurately doing your plays, and so it helps you move downfield. I know if you do a play wrong, there was a few times with some of these games where the quarterback would just run into one of the O-linemen, or the running back would run into one of the O-linemen because they weren't opening up enough for them to get past, and it was right there down at the yard line, and that's a big thing. Another thing is defensive difficulties. Being able to break past the other team's offense when you're on that, you want to get the ball back as fast as you can. You don't want the other team to win, so you want to try to get past it. And I know that can be difficult sometimes, so that's also another thing, in my opinion, that we need to work on. And returning the kicks and fair catches. I know kicking off for us didn't seem like a big deal. There was little some other teams in our conference that had more problems with that, you could say. It was just, it was rough because you would catch the ball and then you'd, boom, instantly be down. So I know these are things that I believe that we should work on. That's all I got for this week. This was your GMC Week 1 Stats with me. Join me on Friday when I give you the Friday Night Lights vlog. Till then, thanks for joining me. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.